If your chord progressions sound like this, correct, but a little flat, what might be missing is an extra note or two on each chord. Here's the same progression using the same chords. The only difference is that extra added note to each one. These notes are called extensions, and once you know how to find them, you can make any progression sound richer. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to build extended chords on guitar. Most chords you might already know are built from 4 notes or fewer. For example, a 7th chord has the root, 3rd, 5th, and 7th of the scale. Extensions are the notes that sit above the 7th, which give you the 9th, the 11th, and the 13th. The 9th is the 2nd moved up an octave. The 11th is the 4th moved up, and the 13th is the 6th moved up. So how do we build these extended chords? The easiest way to start is with a shell chord, which is built from just the root, the 3rd, and the 7th. For example, we have, for C major 7, we could do this. Root, 3rd, and the 7th. So we have C, E, and B. We could also do this like this. Root, 7th, 3rd. But let's say we want to add another note. We have these bottom strings open, so we have this D is available right here to us. So that already gives it that extended sound. What other notes do we have here? We have this 11, sharp 11, which also sounds interesting. We also have, if we wanted to do the 13th, we could do this other chord I showed you. And you get C major 7, 13. Or if you have a 6 chord shape, for example, major 6, then you could just add those other notes as well. That's C 6, 9, or you can add the optional 5th on top. And that's a really pretty chord. If you wanted to do this for minor chords, it also works. Minor 7th chords, for example. You take the 3rd, in this case would be F, and the flat 7th would be C. And then from here we could just add, we have, with our pinky we can add that 9th, that's D minor 9, or D minor 7 with an added 9th. What else can we add from here? So we have 11 right here, which is the G, and you can get this sound instead. So that's a really pretty D minor 7, adding 9th and 11th. For dominant chords, we could do the same thing. For example, let's take the root, 7th, which is flat 7, and the 3rd. From there, we have a lot of options. We have 13 right here. It's an E note. And then we also have the 9th right here. So we could do, that's really pretty. The cool thing about extensions with dominant chords is that they're very flexible. You can actually alter these 9th and 11 and 13. For example, I could make this flat 13. That sounds pretty. Or you could do it with the 9th, or you could do flat 13, flat 9. So there's a lot of flexibility with that here. Let's put this in context. So a very common progression is a 2-5-1. So in C would be D minor 7, G7 to C major 7. So these are just the shells. And what if we add that extended note? We could add that. This is the 9th of D minor. The cool thing is this 9th becomes a 13th in G. and then we have C major 9. So, and like I said, you could do the flat 13, so you could do, that's cool too. So before we had, which is okay, but I think that sounds a lot richer. And also it depends on the context where you want to use these. You can even add the 6th chord to kind of bring everything together, like and that is also just a dominant 7 with a flat 13. A regular A7 13 would be like this. I'm just making this note flat, and that kind of brings everything together. The cool thing about these shapes is that you can always shift them to different keys. So you can do the same thing in D. So E minor, A7, D major 9. Now let's try the same progression on the 6th string. So root, flat 7, 3rd, and as you can see we have this note available, which is the 11. So you have D minor 11 right there. What about for the G7? Root, 3rd, 7th. We have the 9th right here. You could make it flat 9. And then we have this, we'll do a C major 6 this time. C, 6. We'll do root, 3rd, 6. And from there we have 9th. We get this sound. And we can add the optional notes like the G here. So we have so here's something you could try. Take this 2-5-1 progression and try it in different keys. Try it first with the plain 7 chords, and then do the same thing with the extended notes to see how it sounds different. The full lesson on the site has different shapes covered for major 7, major 6, dominant 7, minor 7, and minor 6, with extensions on the 5th and 6th strings. This includes audio examples and shapes that you can move to any key. And there's a printable PDF in the shop as well, which is free along with every other PDF on the site when you join Pro membership. If you've been playing for years and feel bored with the same chord shapes, the roadmap inside Pro is built just for that. It shows you exactly what to practice next, in what order, and you can always message me when you feel stuck. So check out the links in the description. Thanks for watching, and go and play.